What's up, Ruthless Nation? Here we go. We're getting ready to enter Homestead. It's a cutoff race, and Hollywood will be missing this race, so it'll be interesting to how things will pan out. Been having a little bit of issues with the lobbies here, so we'll see how all that pans out for us. Big shout out to Shepard tonight for giving us a stream to look at. It's going to be very helpful. We will have a pace lap to start off tonight. So we might hear the Ruthless radio in the background here. Hopefully we'll see a clean start with no lag so we can get this thing going. MJ Bross will be your West Higgins ORV Pole Award sitter for the evening. So we'll see how that works out for him. Will be 2 pit stops to get through this stage tonight. Every stage, rather. Burnout rule will be in effect. The lobby looks pretty clean. So I think we're going to get to go racing in pretty good fashion here. We're going to have a good mix on the camera. So unfortunately, we'll have to look at that. But everybody's going to get in order here where they belong. Looks like everybody's doing a good job at that. Once again, MJ Bross, your West Higgins ORV Pole Award sitter this evening. Got Rillo. He's going to be starting in the back here this evening through the skew car restart zone, and we're off here at Homestead. This is the cutoff race for the championship at Charlotte next week. Hollywood, once again, not here. Shepard starting 4th this evening. That's going to be real good for him as basically Shepard, G-Dog, and Alex are in a must-win situation. And things could get dicey if one of these guys were to win. Jason's sitting good on points, but he is down there where a winning-in guy would knock him out of this playoffs, unfortunately. So he needs to have a good race against the rest of these guys. As we talk about Jason, he gets up into the wall out of 4 as we complete lap number 1. Shepard's got that 48 machine up there in 3rd, but Corey down there on the bottom in the 55, trying to make things interesting for that 3rd position. Oh, Dak Fu in the 24 way down the track here on the backstretch. Thanks to everybody who's joining us here. As I always much appreciated the crowd of Ruthless Nation. As we'll turn the on-track audio up a bit and see how that kind of works out for us. Appreciate everybody tuning in. This is the cutoff race for the championship next week at Charlotte, and it's all going down here in Miami. Oh, as we got G Lively a little loose there off 2. That's something we expect to see tonight, especially over here in turns number 3 and 4. As some guys are known to get loose right here off of 4. It gets a little snappy right there. MJ Bross out front looking good. Alex finds himself marred towards the back of the track right now. Homestead always brings a great race, especially in these next-gen cars. Little fun fact about Ruthless Racing. The first ever league race in the next-gen cars. And I mean ever. Oh, Jason's off track a little bit. But anyways, he saves it. First ever league race in the next-gen cars, Ruthless Racing, right here at Homestead-Miami. Day it came out. These guys hopped in there, and it was a good race. Everybody just kind of went with the old setup, and they were a little tight, and everybody didn't really know what to expect, and it made out for a great race. And you can catch that one on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. It's back there somewhere whenever these next-gen cars came out. 1, 2, 3 is MJ Bross, Condi, and Corey. Shepard right now sitting in 4th. He's well ahead of the rest of the competition to him right now. G-Dog, another one of those guys on the fence post, trying to get things figured out for this one. And there's Alex and Jason right next to each other. Right now, Jason down 2 cars on the battle here, but I'd mentioned Jason's looking good on points. He just doesn't really need either one of those guys to win. That's where he's kind of sitting at. He's got to have a nice race here at Homestead. Just keep everything nice and clean. Thought Crimson was going to be someone would have to miss this evening, but thankfully we see him make the start here in this race. Top 4 looking good. Shepard's sticking right there with them. He needs a good race here at Homestead. Had a pace lap to start the race, but that will not affect the 2 pit stops needed to get through this stage, as it is 8, now 9 of 39 here in stage 1 complete. We're starting lap 9 rather. See G-Dog, he loses another spot here. I think he's 1 up on the rear right now. G-Dog, though, he has 2 pit stops to work with. Burnout rule will be in effect this evening. Oh, as we see the 7 of Crimson, he was kind of low and slow there, we saw. Going into turn number 3. Top 4 look good. Next 4 look good. Then you have a pack of 3 right here towards the rear. So far, everybody's still very relevant to each other. Nobody's lost a great deal of pace yet. Don't see anybody really, about a quarter of the track away or nothing. So far so good here. Looking at the pit window, probably 8 to 10 laps. We might start seeing some guys go down for that first pit stop here in this stage. Point's going to be very important, so we'll see what kind of strategy some of these guys will pull. Alex back here, knowing he needs the points. If he were to maybe cook something up here at the end to get a win, all those extra points would really matter. So it's all about the strategy. You're not really too far out from these guys. And when you're exiting pit road here at Homestead, you must use that access road. And it's very easy to get off into that grass, get a little loose, and could affect someone's pit stop. And that's really where a lot of races are won and lost here in the Pro Series, is with that pit entry and pit exit. It's really whoever has the best pit stops through these stages to how everything will break down. Now with 17 laps a tank that these guys are working with, I still think we're going to see about 6 to 8 laps until that pit stop. As they leaders crossed the line that time, still being led by MJ Brosher. Pole sitters, 27 laps remaining. About 5 to 7 laps for the pit stop window. We'll see whenever guys start to go down through there. It being 2 pit stops, they may want to run this as far as they can near empty. If I was Shepard, I would have been saving this whole time to try to do the best that I could with pitting back to back. Sometimes we see these 2 stop stages, sort of the fuel number is so close that you can pit, come out, go around, pit again. 2 pit stops are over in 2 laps. And we've seen that work a lot of times for drivers like Typical, as we've seen him do that a lot with the 2 stop stages. So we'll see if anybody tries to employ that strategy. It's coming up on about 4 or 5 laps until we should start seeing some pit stops. That's just off the fuel tank number. Guys probably won't be able to run much more than that here unless they are fuel saving, which is allowed. You just have to make the 2 pit stops. Doesn't matter when or how you do them. Looking back here, Alex again. He's right there with Jason. This group led by Dak Fu has been pretty consistent, these 4 cars. I think the top 4 have kind of pulled away a little bit as the run has progressed. It's really going to come down to the pit stops here in the front. Shepard has been very open with his pit stop, problems over time. He's not one to speed. He's really one to be, under the speed that he needs to be. He feels like, he's said on here before, he just slows down too much on pit road, and that has got him a few times. Especially, he likes to run very long with his strategies. So having a slow entry to pit road can be devastating whenever you try to pull that strategy most of the time. He has kept a good pace here, though, in 4th position. He's not been right up on the bumpers of these guys. He's just kind of hanging out This is a low draft, so he's just kind of been staying right in that wake without being overly aggressive, which makes me kind of think he is being a little easy on the throttle here. Possibly could have a little more fuel than some of these guys. With 22 laps left in the stage, I think we see these guys go down this time. Yeah, we're going to start seeing guys go down for the looking at pit road. Corey did not have a good signal to pit road. We're going to watch our leaders, see how all this works out. MJ Ross out there making sure he doesn't get touched by anyone. Everybody else coming in. Dak Fu was fast coming in there. I think we saw some smoke on the tires for that one. And I think Rillo almost hitting the AMR safety truck coming into pit road. Unfortunate, at least help is there. Talking about instant first responders. Shell Machine, a little shook up on that one. Let's see who's going to have the pit road problems here at Homestead. First pit of stage number 1. There is 2 to get through this stage. I'm not sure exactly what happened. We still have Lively out there. Not sure if he had a pit or what. MJ Bross. MJ's off pit. Yeah, MJ, Condi, Shepard off pit road right there. Good pit stop for the 48 crew right there off pit road that time. Corey got slow going into pit road. He's going to lose multiple positions, and even Alex gets ahead of him. Lively, I believe. I'm not sure. No, Lively must have already pit or something. Did not take the lead there. Must have missed that pit stop. MJ Bross is your leader right now with this group. Everybody went down pit road at the same time, I guess, except for that 50 car. Nascarillo issues going into pit road. Dak Fu definitely got that speeding penalty. We saw that one coming. 7 car here, I'm not sure. Possibly a speeding penalty on the earlier pit stop for that 7 crew. But this is your top 3. Corey, I don't know. I think whenever he's signaling the pit, he just got out of whack or something. And then coming, I guess, into pit road, he was a little slower than everybody because he lost about 3 spots there through that pit cycle. We had mentioned Shepard, though, needing a good pit stop. He got her. He's going to be right there behind Condi chasing down this 4 team. You can see maybe MJ Bross had that little bit of a better entry on the pit stop because of this gap that you see right there, but it'll be quickly closed up by the 2 surgeons behind them, the 10 and the 48. But another pit stop to survive here in stage number 1. Good battle here between Alex and the 55 of Corey, and that's who we'd mentioned, you know. Corey just had something going on into that pit stop. Alex, too, probably not having the greatest pit stop. Does have some damage there on the nose. Don't know if he got into it with Rillo or something, maybe coming into pit road. He was sort of back there around that group. Yeah, unfortunate for the 24 team. Going to be a speeding penalty on the first pit stop of the day. But we come back to that gap. And that's Condi sitting here trying to make something happen against MJ Bross, who's led nearly every, or maybe has led every lap of this race. Uh-oh. Holly analyst in the chat, if you're all keeping up there in the live chat with Hollywood. There's some in-race analysis going on. Oh, 2 wide. Condi gives a little bump up the track to MJ Bross, but he'll be able to beat him down into 3 and 4. Condi was down there. Oh, we're going back for the pit stop already. MJ Bross was your West Higgins ORV Polo Award sitter tonight. Corey will go down pit road. The 11 will go on around. So we'll see what these guys are doing down pit road. There's not many laps to go. I think 18 laps remaining here in the stage. Some more guys come on down pit road. Some of these other guys, G-Dog's been battling a loose car out of turn 2 all evening long, so hopefully he'll get something fixed up in that thing to get that thing, back in order. Will the 11 make it into pit road? Oh, it was close. Thought he was going to Larson himself into those barrels. Would have been fitting for an 11 car, huh? Right here, Shepherd, MJ Bross. Where'd that Condi car go? No way. Get a speeding penalty? Must have. Might have took tires. Anyways, MJ Bross, Shepherd. I think this is going to be the battle for the lead right now. Dak Fu is in control of the lead off of the second pit stop. G-Dog's down pit road. Alex is now coming off pit road. There goes the leaders where the sockle for the lead. Condi cooked. I would imagine so. Redneck Jesus showing up in the chat. Dak Fu is still in control here as the leader through this pit cycle, but we need to get back here to this because once Dak Fu pits, this is where the battle for the lead will be. The 48. A little bit slower pit stop possibly between him and the 4. Shepherd, as I mentioned, man does not speed usually. Knock on wood. No broadcaster's curse tonight because we knocked on wood, right? But yeah, the faster pit stop, you can see that gap here, and we sort of seen that even with 2 cars, second and third of Condi and Shepherd off the last pit stop. They sort of had to close the gap. Now with this being the low draft situation that it is, we will not be seeing the 48 get any help from a little bit of air off the tail end of that 4 car. But if he gets a couple good corners built up, can get a little bit closer to the rear end of that 4, Shepherd will have a chance at MJ Bross. Hollywood, you're saying too much, man. You're getting me tongue-tied. No, we got a good race kicking up here for stage number 1. See, it's MJ Bross, B, the Shep, 4v48. So far here in stage number 1. This is the knot that Shepherd needs. If he can sneak one here at Homestead, he needs points like this in the stages. MJ Bross trying to just creep a little further out into that point standing, which it won't even matter most likely to him. But this stage win will probably move him into the next round. Jason, on the other hand, not so much having the night he wants, but it's 10 to go here in stage number 1. Jason and that 23 team probably looking to turn around in stage number 2. Never forget about the strategies of that 23 team, because sometimes they do come out and think of something that really nobody else did. But looking at Jason right now, I think he could have moved his machine up to 3rd here off of everyone's pit road mistakes. So he was kind of stuck back there in traffic to start the beginning of this stage. And I think through a couple good pit stops now, he has gotten himself up to 3rd here. I can't be sure on that, but I do believe he's close enough to these leaders that that is the case. That's the leaders into 3 and 4, so I imagine that is Jason there in 3rd position. Alex sort of right there. Don't know if he was able to move up the track any off of sort of the pit road incident. I guess it happened off the first pit here in stage number 1. 8 laps do remain. Hollywood, if you're listening, make sure you remind them of the burnout rule later on. All right, this is your battle after 2 pit stops. It has been MJ Bross and the 48 of Shepherd making some noise up front. Condi unfortunately found some kind of problem on the second pit stop. Not sure if the man dropped the jack early or what happened there to him. Maybe just a simple speeding penalty. Nonetheless, it just boils down to these 2 guys. And Shepherd, it's missing that 10 car right between them. I think Shepherd had that there. It would be a 3-car battle for this lead, but that low draft is just hard to nip away enough to get up there and make things relevant. Especially these two guys did not take tires on that pit stop. Probably half a tank of fuel was the minimum. As these guys look ahead, it's 5 to go in the stage until they cross the line here. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Please hit that like button for us. Subscribe if you're new to Ruthless Racing. Everything's appreciated. Ruthless Nation, the best nation. Alex, I'm not sure if he's sitting in fourth or what's going on with him. That is Jason ahead of him. That's Condi behind him, so maybe, just maybe, Dak Fu finally going down for that last pit stop. He has been leading all the way to this point. But now, you know, Shep and MJ Bross will take over. So good on Dak to run it a little longer. He just tried to hold out for a caution or something. But now MJ Bross around Dak Fu, who is down pit road. And it's MJ Bross and Shepard, as we've been mentioning this whole time. So now we'll see Dak drop back. He's probably going to be merging back out here somewhere, maybe last, unless someone else has just had a problem. But he did get pretty hot in the pit road on the first time around, and that might have been due to some help, as we heard, but nothing official yet. Coming out of 4 this time, it'll be 2 to go in stage number 1. MJ Bross from the pole to every lap in this stage. 2 to go. Stage number 1, barring any mess-ups, but no tires for these guys. Tires usually not so much an issue here at Homestead, but you never know. Something could happen. Shepard may be closing the gap just a tad. MJ maybe seeing that as kind of driving a little bit of a different line than the 48. 48 of Shepard's diving it down in there a little bit. You can see he's nipped at the butt just a little bit through the after the second pit stop. 1 to go, stage number 1 now. Can Shepard do something here in stage number 1? Nonetheless, he's got some great points, but unfortunately I believe he is very much in that winning in situation. He comes off of turn number 2, looks really good. He could possibly be sniffing some draft off of that 4 car. Let's see what the 48's got going down into 3 and 4. Don't think he's going to be able to do it. He's going to get way up the track on the exit, but stays off the wall. But yes, Shepard, stage number 1, gets second place. MJ Bross going to win the stage. Jason here, I believe he's in 3rd position, finishes the stage right there. Alex and Condi fighting for 4th position. I believe it goes to Condi. Yes, it does. MJ Bross, Shepard, kill it like Jason. Condi and Alex is your top 5 through stage number 1. Let's get a look at the rest of our top 10 from 6th on back. We got Corey, Crimson, Dak Fu, G Lively a lap down, and G-Dog a lap down. Unfortunately, G-Dog, one of those guys needing a win here to get into that championship 4. Shepard's actually trying to protect his 2nd straight championship 4 appearance. So, you know, Shepard in stage 1 looking good so far. But looks like Lively will get that free pass here through the stage break. MJ Bross, stage 1 winner. Pit stops brought to you by West Higgins ORV. Stage break brought to you by Skew Car. Hang around. Stage 2's coming up here at Homestead. It's the cutoff race for the championship. We're going through the Skew Car restart zone, and stage number 2 is underway. It'll be 2 pit stops to get through this stage. MJ Bross is now locked into the playoffs. So it is very much down to winning in situation. Shepard gets a little nudge up the track there from the rival this evening of the 23. Oh, we're almost 3-4 wide right there for 3rd position. going on my end. Yeah, everything looks good on my end. Alright, I've been watching Alex for a minute. Get back up here to the lead. It's MJ Bross, your stage 1 winner. Jason now finds himself up to second place. He has Shepard right there on his rear end, and we kind of saw Jason bump Shepard a little bit there at the beginning of the stage, so maybe we want to watch, see how that maybe influences the way that 48's racing right now, and especially with MJ Bross kind of playing, different lines here. Rick Slick joins the chat. Great GT7, driver with us over there in our GT Pro series. If you didn't catch the Snokino race, you can go back and watch that one from yesterday. Got some stuff going on in the back. Got Nascarillo and Corey down on the low side. Thanks to everybody who's joining. Please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new to Ruthless. We've had some great racing here at Homestead. 2 pit stops per stage to survive. If you want to be at the front at the end of these stages, Shepard comes in second in stage number 1. MJ Bross was your stage 1 winner. Jason was able to take third place. Condi and Alex fought very close all the way to the line for 4th place. And then Alex was the one who rounded up our top 5 in stage number 1. Looking at Alex now, though, he's kind of stuck here. He's in 6th position, and he's got a tough crowd ahead of him. A couple guys who's just not had the pit stops they wanted in stage number 1, maybe a little bit just upset with themselves and what's going on. But Alex, we heard, maybe a culprit of some pit road mistakes that happened, so I don't know exactly what went on there. G Lively, not sure what happened to him. Sorted down and out of it there. Yeah, everybody surviving that restart was a pretty interesting move, because everybody was kind of everywhere to start it. Nice formed pack up here. Got 9 cars. Lively and G-Dog, the only ones sort of off the pace here. I think Lively got the free pass at the end of the stage. So unfortunately, G-Dog is still a lap down, but he is in that winning in situation, so he just needs to click off some laps, wait for the end of this stage, make sure, nobody else gets lapped down, make sure he makes no mistakes, and he can be back on that lead lap for this 3rd stage. So he's still very much in this thing. He just needs to keep it clean for this stage. We're looking about 9 to 11 laps to our pit window. That'll be our first pit of stage number 2. We'll probably sort of see what I mentioned in stage number 1. These guys will pit, and then very soon after you'll see them come back down pit road. I think we might have had about 4 or 5 laps between the 2 pit stops in stage number 1 for Shepard and MJ Bross. Some other guys tried that had sped on pit road, stuff like that, tried to hold out for a caution if it were to happen. Didn't happen in stage number 1, so we're keeping things green. Oh, Alex maybe breaks loose out of whack here. Not sure, but Alex is just trying to move that machine up through the pack. Still stuck in 2nd place here. Dakfu finds himself door to door with Nascarillo in the 22, Crimson there in the 7, rounding up this front pack. It's your top 9 in view. G-Dog is a lap down in 11th, and G Lively off the pace in 10th somewhere. Don't quite see him. MJ Bross, though, has been fairly dominant. Next best car has been Shepard. He finds himself in a pickle here, though. somebody, Condi, I believe, battling him for 4th. But Shepherd hangs on to 3rd place here. It's going to be good pit stops, just like stage number 1, that gets the job done. We're looking at 5 to 7 laps on the pit window here. So we'll see how things go. Dak Fu back there making things door-to-door race for about 7th position, 6th position now. He's looking to go around Alex. Appreciate everybody looking in for us tonight, watching the race here from Homestead. It's your cutoff race. See who goes into the championship at Charlotte next week. 24 laps remain in stage number 2. We're looking at a pit stop here in the next 4 to 6 laps. Just depends on when these guys want to dart down there and make it happen. Most of our guys will be up here that we're keeping an eye on. Not sure what happened to Lively, if he had pit or something of the sorts. I'd say we'll see about 5 more laps out of this top pack. There could be 2 to 3 guys want to go a lap longer, but it's definitely going to be the leaders, the guys up front that'll probably pit first, that I believe, unless right here through this next set of 2 or 3 laps, one of those guys in the back of this chain jump off and try to short pit somebody. But I really think they're going to need somebody to do that with them to kind of make that work. I think more than likely we'll see some of these rear cars run a little longer. They've probably been able to save some fuel. Everybody's been sort of patient through the restart of stage 2 after they kind of got into their positioning. Now it's all coming down to when you go down pit road and how well you do it. We've seen speeding penalties from 3 or 4 guys already. I think the top 3 have been our cleanest pit stops so far. Jason has worked his way back up through the fields since stage number 1. Starting to see some guys right now kind of signal towards pit road. That'll put MJ Bross up the track, but no, he goes down, gets in front of the 23. We're going to have to watch this battle on pit road. We'll go to the overhead view. The 4 is going in. 23 stays out on track. As I mentioned, everybody, good pit stop right here, I do believe. Maybe a little touch on the 4 from the 23, I don't know. But I said some of those guys in the back of that chain would probably stay out. And we see that with Condi, Alex, and Dak Fu. All these guys are down pit road. We'll keep an eye on those guys, see how they do with that. So Condi's signaling to go down pit road. Alex maybe saved enough fuel. He might try to go again. I'm not sure. No, he's going to be outside on the track. Dak Fu goes on back around. I think it's a good pit stop for these guys. As NASCAR Rillo also goes down. Dak still out on track. He will assume the lead. All right, good pit stop here. Shepherd actually challenging for the lead off pit road, but it might be MJ Bross with the better acceleration. He does gain a spot over the 23 of Jason, so another great pit stop for this 48 crew. Knocking on wood for him. Jason's wrecked into the wall, heavy off the pit stop. And we had mentioned that access road, to get onto that dirt, you can get slippery and you can get into the wall, and I'm not sure what's going on. He gets kind of dead stopped up there into the wall off pit road. Detrimental to Jason's stage 2. What a pit stop though by that 48 squad, and he's going to be sort of in the same chasing position as he was in stage number 1. Here comes our later pitting cars of Condi and Alex. They'll merge up into 3rd and 4th position respectively. But I believe that was the 7 of Crimson right there. Yes, fighting with Alex as he merged back onto the track. Corey unfortunately finds himself down a few spots here off the pit stops. He was in 5th position and now he finds himself in 6th. Alex gains 2 positions here off the pit stop. Dak's into the dirt. He's sliding up the track here on the exit, but he stays out of everybody's way. Yeah, Jason's still on track. He's still trying to make this thing work. I don't blame him. I think you just got to try to live with the damage at this point. Oh, we got to get back up front here. Oh, neck and neck pit road entry for the lead. Is this another good pit stop for Shepherd? I'm trying to hear from the radio if that was a clean pit stop here for the 48 crew coming in. Trying to hear from NASCAR if they got the penalty or not. No, I think the 48 crew is going to be good. They're coming off pit road as well with Mike, and another battle for the lead off pit road. Another great pit stop for the 48 crew, and that's what we mentioned, and that's something that this 48 has been working on, I would imagine, because this is the fourth straight great pit stop for them. Knocking on wood for them as well. As we just got to mention these things. Alex, not sure what's going on here. As Dak Fu still remains on track, and he will be your leader. You can see he's right here behind MJ Bross and Shepherd, who were, I don't think they went a lap down on that pit stop, which is sort of huge considering they went down pit road. He stayed out, didn't even lose a lap, so he's going to be right there behind them. They didn't take any tires. I think it was a splash and go situation, just like stage number 1. Let's get back up front. Dak Fu is your leader. As Condi comes back out on track, he'll survive without going a lap down. There's Crimson getting his lap back, along with look like Alex. Try to find her man Dak Fu there. Staying on track. Hanging on to the lead. That's right, got Condi back in contention. He stayed out a little bit off the second pit stop. And now he's going to be right here with these guys cycling back around for the lead. That was sort of the top 3 before the first pit stop in stage number 1. Condi found himself with an issue, or to the second pit stop rather. MJ Bross, Shepherd, Condi right there. That will be the battle when everything cycles back through. Jason makes his second pit stop. Don't know if he had fixed any of his damage or not. And with Shepherd having this kind of night and Jason doing like he is, he's going to go down pit road again, I imagine. Maybe he's like, I got to fix the damage. I don't know what the move there was for the 23. Crimson and Alex still fighting for that lap back with Dak Fu. Great battle though from these guys right here. They're just waiting for that 24 to make that pit stop. These guys have been the cream of the crop so far. Jason, unfortunately, just off that pit stop had an issue. Somehow got into the wall heavy. Did not help things out in their case. 23 team, though, been on sort of a hot streak since the All-Star break. Won a race at Kansas, sort of helped him as he says himself struggled in the playoffs a little bit. But he finds himself in a good point situation. But that is going to be tough, as I do believe he will be a lap down now. He just needs to be the first car a lap down, as third stage is going to be coming up. He don't find himself in a great spot in relevance to who will become the leaders. So I hope he fixed that damage. Maybe got some fresh tire. He'll be able to stay ahead of him. Right now we're viewing Shepherd, who is waiting. We're all waiting for that 24 to make his pit stop. He is still out there running his race. Right here he is. 4th and 5th, when everything cycles back through, should be Alex and Crimson. So far, pretty good race for Alex as well. He did get his top 5, 5th place in stage number 1, but, you know, some more mistakes from some guys has got him back waiting for this pit cycle. Dak Fu sort of in that needing a caution stage now. He's kind of made his bed at this point, so to speak. Just waiting for Dak to make his pit stop. He is our leader at this moment. Anything can happen. There is 8 laps to go, though, in this stage number 2. I think everybody but him has made the required pit stops. I think he shows that he's going to be pitting right here. That'll force the 11 and the 7 to stay high, as he will have the low lane all for himself to pit. Nope, I think he just got loose. So that goes on back around. It's going to be set, or I guess 6 to go here now in the stage. Things are shaping up. I don't know when the 24 is going to go. I mean, he'll take no tires, and I'm sure he's trying to keep it at half a tank on the fuel. There's 5 laps remaining in the stage. He's only got 2 more laps to get down pit road, or the game will give him that black flag. And you don't want that. I think he's showing that he's pitting this time, possibly. Excuse me. Don't hate the move by Dak. It's probably not the best, but Dak down pit road now. I think he got in there good. Now it's going to come down to here, see how he merges out against these 3 guys. Did Dak Fu make the right call? Will he be able to battle these guys when he comes off pit road? I don't know. I think he's just now about into his box. It's going to be about a 3-second splash and go situation for him. Could get close. 1, 2, 3 right here if they get around Dak Fu coming off pit road. Yes, he's just now exiting onto the access road. So now the lead will transfer over to MJ Bross once again. Now it's the 48 of Shepard trying to make a move here. Can he steal a stage win? Stage number 2, we're still this close. It's against these 3 guys. We have 3 to go right here. 2 when we get back to the line. Stage number 2. Shepard very much in that win and in seat. He's looking good ahead for stage number 3. He just needs to keep things together. It'll be 1 to go, or I'm sorry, 2 to go now in stage number 1. Yeah, we can see these drivers. They're sort of running right there in the middle. If we can see that darker line sort of on the left side of the race car there going into the turns. That is sort of what's been preferred, especially as the tires start to wear out. And see that darker streak of racetrack. Right there, he's driving just below it. He'll sort of swing himself out towards the wall here as he gets out on exit. MJ Bross brings us to 1 to go in stage number 2. Will Shepard try to make a move, or will he just be content rather with 2 second place finishes through the stages? MJ Bross right now looking to be the stage winner for the 2nd time, maybe trying to pull out the broom for Homestead, if you will. Shepard's up the track. He will have sort of the preferred momentum up there. If he can get on the quarter panel of that 4, it could be quite the finish here at the line. And it'll be MJ Bross, winner of stage number 2. And Shepard comes back in 2nd, so the stage finishes doesn't change that much for 1 and 2. But then it's Condi in 3rd. Alex gets a 4th place finish there. And then 5th belongs to Crimson Sky. We saw Dak Fu finish in 6th. As we'll try to get 7th on here as it pops up. We got Corey, G Lively, G Dog, and Rillo. From 8th on back, we are a lap down. Unfortunately, Jason will not be in that look there. He's finished 11th and is a lap down. So Lively once again going to get the free pass, and that hurts G Dog as well. So 2 guys there in a big situation. Needed that to happen. Did not need that to happen, rather. But anyway, Stage Break was brought to you by West Higgins ORV, and Pit Stops brought to you by Skew Car. But we're in the Skew Car restart zone, and it's stage number 3. We're in a must-win situation for the 11, then the 48. The 23 does not need that to happen, but he is a lap down, so he cannot even finish ahead of these guys. The 17, unfortunately, also a lap down, so it's really down to the 11 and the 48 to really shake up things here in the playoffs. It's came down to this. And those guys are right there next to each other. It does no good for them to fight one another. They need to win this race. Condi sneaks up to 3rd, takes it away from Alex. Shepherd has good showings here at Homestead, and it's no different tonight. 48 crew is on a mission. Two pit stops. Burnout rule is in effect right now. The laps remaining are 49 laps remaining. Condi has moved up to 2nd place. We are looking good here to start stage number 3. MJ Barros goes up the track a little bit. Condi going to go down underneath them. MJ will have the preferred line on the outside as Condi draws ahead just a tad, but back even down the backstretch. Condi may stay there and relevant into turn number 3. Could have a slide job in his pocket, but not going to happen. MJ Barros going to stay out there on the outside lane. Condi able to stay ahead of him until they get out here flat on the exit. Condi's hanging tough down there on the low side. Shepherd gives the bump to the 4. Up the track maybe a little bit off the nose. Goes the 48. Did not need that. Corey now up here in the shake. Trying to make things happen in that 55. Shepherd knows he needs to stay up with these guys up front. He don't need to get caught in the battle with a car that won't have the long run like he's looking for in that 48, and I believe he might have touched the wall back there. Jason, to my knowledge, is a lap down, so he is not for position right here. Alex is stuck behind him. Jason, the only thing he can do as a lapped car is kind of hinder the race of, I guess, the guys that could beat him. Which at this moment, I guess you could say that's sort of working out. He's got the 11 of Alex behind him. Got the 48 of Shepherd in front of him. Top 3 is Condi, MJ Bross, and Corey. Shepherd sits 4th. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Tonight locks in our final 4 for Charlotte. Next week, it's 4 stages of championship action here in the Ruthless Racing Pro Series. So, tune in next week, and we'll see what for it is, make it into the championship, be battling. There's money on the line. MJ Bross looks inside, can't get there on the quarter panel. Condi remains your leader. MJ Bross was your West Higgins ORV Pole Award winner this evening. He's looking to put a 4 spot on it if he can win from the pole. He has won the stages. And unfortunately, in Ruthless history, that always, it's still the winning, sweeping the stages don't always happen. It's, still the winning way. Oh, we got the 22 around back here. Huge wreck, 50's into him. That could bring out the caution. I don't know what's going on. We're looking on the live feed. I'm not seeing a caution just yet. And I think we're going to be good. Oh, I think up on the front stretch we're wrecking. No, caution will come out. It is a caution. Oh, I think G-Dog has been retired from the race. Unfortunately, playoff implications on this crash. Now, burnout rule is in effect. It's 17 laps on the tank. Got to take a look and see what happens here with the, how many laps are remaining. We got 43 remaining, so there'll still be 2 pit stops. Burnout rule is in effect. Still 2 pit stops. All right, in the SKU car restart zone, and we're off. Condi is your leader next to MJ Bross. Corey in 3rd. Shepard is in 4th position, and we could see things get rather crazy right here as this is a restart in the 3rd stage. Guys needing a win. Oh, Alex and Shepard trying to figure things out right there. Somebody got a lap back there. I didn't see who it was. Free pass went to Jason. Jason's back on the lead lap now. G-Dog, unfortunately, has been retired from this race, and his playoff hunt is now over. Jason back on the lead lap, so now he can make a difference in this race. Shepard finds himself probably as far back as he's been all race. But still 2 pit stops in this one, so a lot of things can happen. He's been good on pit road this evening, so that could be the one thing he's got going for him. I think the 10 of Condi being in front of MJ Bross is a good thing for Shepard, because we've already seen Condi have a pit road issue once, so that could happen again. And if MJ Bross somehow has to brake extra or something, or maybe speeds because he's following that 10 car, that could help this 48 team. 55 of Corey, though, he's kind of got it together here since the start of stage number 2, and he sees himself up in the top 3 right now. And let's not forget about Alex. He's right there in 5th position, trying to hang on to all hope that he can find here at Homestead. But Condi, our leader, he took it while we were under green, and he has not gave it up even through the restart off the caution. Real low and lively in on that caution. That moves Jason up to the lead lap, and now he's back into the hunt for protecting his playoff spot in that championship 4. As Hollywood has mentioned, the 11 and the 48 are going to need a win to get into that championship 4. And Shepard's looking for his 2nd straight championship 4 appearance. Looking good up front here. Everybody's sort of in order, knowing that they're going to have to get through 2 pit stops here to finish this thing. Sitting at 34 laps remaining right now. And you can imagine everybody's just trying to stay calm because they know the difference is going to be how good do you get on and off pit road. We've seen it in the 2 stages. Shepard maybe a little bit slower there in stage 1 on his pit stops. Then we saw him battle Mike for the lead off both pit stops in stage number 2. And now he finds himself in 4th place, so he's going to need more of that, great pit stops that he has found tonight to continue his battle towards winning. Now, he did win get 2nd place in the 2 stages behind Mike winning them. So, he's had a good points day at that, and he needs to continue that. Hollywood's saying that he has to have a win to get in, so we'll see if he's able to just hang on to that hope there. See a little looseness here out of the field coming out of turn number 4. Unfortunately, G-Dog out of the race here. Terminal damage on the 17 machine. The 11 right there just in a cool air of the 48, just trying to keep everything together. Dak Fu here has led some good laps here off the pitting cycles. Gets a little loose there. Coming out of 4, finds a good spot to get back in order though. Jason finds himself up to 6th position now, getting back on the lead lap after that caution. There is 30 laps remaining. Still 2 pit stops to get through this thing. And they've been putting on one whale of a race here this evening for us at Homestead. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Please hit that like button. Subscribe to Ruthless Racing if you're new here. It's the cutoff race. What 4 will make it to the championship? You got Hollywood and MJ Bross locked in, along with Tyler. Hollywood, I think, was locked in. I'm not quite sure. I think 48 has to win Alex into the wall up here. And he's going to have Jason trying to go around him. Maybe lose 2 positions there off of that little scrape to the wall. Ooh, 48's down the track there. It's not what you want. I think everybody's getting a little loose here. Not sure what's going on. Possibly some guys loosened up these cars off of that caution. Jason gets around Alex, and now he's going to look to go around Shepard. Things getting crazy right there. Jason makes a move in front of Shepard. He gets clear of him, makes it up to 4th position. Maybe a little touch off the wall by both of those cars. Oh, Shepard goes down into turn number 1 and 2. Not sure if Jason just got up in front of him or what. Looked like Shepard was pretty dedicated to the high line there. Not sure what went on. Pit stops are going to be very important here for this race, as it's going to come down to 2 of them. Condi has moved into 2nd position as MJ Bross has been able to get around him now. Corey's still in 3rd position. Now in 4th, Jason rounding up the top 5 is Shepard. There in that 48, he's still relevant to these leaders. And as we had mentioned earlier, we thought we needed Condi ahead of MJ Bross before the first pit stop. Just, maybe get him out of his rhythm from pitting in from the lead. That looks like it won't happen, just depending on when these guys are going to pit. I'm looking at about 3 to 5 laps for these guys to pit, as we do have someone down pit road. That is Lively coming off pit road there in the 50. Dak Fu on the low side of the track now back there. Get us an accurate lap count here when they hit the line on the stream. Most guys still out on track. Lively, the only one with a pit stop. 23 laps remain. Burnout rule is in effect. Hollywood, if you're watching, you might want to throw that in the chat or something. Or unless you're in there with them. Oh, 55 is going to be pitting. That looked interesting. Jason's trying to make a move on Condi up here. See if he can get clear of that 10 car. He's going to be stuck on the low side. Maybe touch the apron. He's going to stack them up right there. Oh, we could be in wrecking formation. Dak Fu down. Oh, he gets into the 22. Yeah, he didn't wreck. Crimson stays out. So will Shepard. Shepard's going to make the call to stay out, but he must pit this time down. He must go down pit road this time. Stay right there with the draft of that 7. Make this lap as fast as possible. Getting down into pit road. He needs to have a great pit road entry here. Now, I don't know what this fight down pit road's looking like. There's people tangled up with one another. So I don't know if anybody got a speeding penalty or not. 55 comes off pit road. 50 has already made one of his pits. 48 and the 7 are down pit road. Look like they came down pit road pretty good. Think we're looking good right there. So Shepard and the 48 crew needs to have a great pit stop here and try to stay relevant with these guys coming off pit road right now. '48 team needs to have the greatest pit stop of any of their careers as these guys are coming around. 48 crew is still down pit road. 7, the 48 going to be coming off pit road right now. That's Lively coming around. I'm not seeing the leaders just yet. There they are. That 48 crew better crank it up. That might hurt the 48 right there, unfortunately. That's not what he needed. And he's even going to go back behind these guys, the second pack. I like that move by the 48, but I don't know where it went wrong. You look at the 7, he had a way better, look at it. Same strategy. Unfortunately, that would not be a good place for Shepard to be either, but now he's in not so great a place. And it is up to the 11 now to maybe shake up the whole playoffs. He's up here in 4th position. Corey finds himself in 2nd, though. Well, sorry. Condi goes around, finds himself in 3rd. Now Condi up to 2nd. Top 4 look like this, and there is another pit stop to be made. Burnout rule is in effect. If these guys remember. MJ not having the 3 and 4 that he wanted. Shepard not, completely in the doghouse. He's, in a good group of 4 here. Jason's also back there with that bunch of Dak Fu and Rillo. Right now, Crimson's kind of in his own man's land right now as That group behind him of 4, I believe, is going to try to find him. Oh, everybody going in up front. G Lively, I believe, cranks some guys going into pit road. What was he even doing with the leaders there? Man, he might have ruined Alex's race. That was something else. I don't know if Alex made it in or not. Nope. It's going to be a good one for Alex. Unfortunately, he did get tapped. That could have been this difference right here. You see in separation, Crimson closes the gap up to Alex. You can see how much a difference, that was for them. Jason, I believe right now is your leader. Those guys that went down pit road did not lose a lap. So let's see how close these guys get. They stay out on pit road. Or they stay out from pit road, rather, and try to chase these guys down, put them a lap down. I don't know how that would work for them. They could possibly get the 11 and the 7 here. It's just the momentum at this point. And those guys did not take tires when they went down pit road. With the burnout rule being in effect here, it's 14 laps remaining. Right now you're watching this group, the 23, the 24, the 22, and the 48 are all still on track yet to make their second pit stop. The 4 and the 10 are looking the best out of the first ones to pit here out of 2 pit stops in stage number 3. Right now the 23 is your leader. 13 laps remaining. These guys will have to go down pit road, but don't think they're going to have anything for the 4 and the 10. They're kind of just at that perfect separation to where you would have to just drive clean through pit road to maybe even have a chance at merging back out in front of them. The 4 and the 10 go by right there. Then the 11 and the 7 are right there in front of the leaders for the moment. The 23 back that you see need to still make a pit stop. Shepherd in this group. The 11 is in the best position for the winning in situation. But as far as dominance goes, it's been that 4 car. He's led most of the laps. Dak Fu has led some laps along with Condi. But right now, it's that 4 car looking good off of the pit stop. I mean, something would have to happen. Maybe if a caution were to come out, could throw a wrench in things. But for the moment, it looks like this. We're just waiting on this group from the 23 on back to make their pit stop. The 7, the 11, and the 10 and the 4 have already made their pit stops. Alex doing a real good job, though, to stay on the lead lap. I'm sure these guys are sort of just using them as sort of save a little bit of fuel and also maybe try to catch the 10 and the 4 up there. They know they have to stick together up here and just run good, clean laps and figure it out at the end. We had saw this similar situation at, I forget. I forgot what race it was. But a late caution came out. And things got crazy. Look at this. These guys have gotten scattered out. Now, this is probably something they shouldn't have done. But they are probably trying to go down pit road. I don't know if Shepherd's going to be doing that or not. It's 23 and the 24 are going to go into pit road as your leaders. Well, I guess not as your leaders. The 22 and the 48 are fighting for the lead. Sorry. Rillo is not on the lead lap, so the leader is Shepherd. As the 7 and the 11 have already pit ahead of them. I don't know if Shepherd went down pit road that time or not. No, he did not. We'll stay on board with old Shep. See what happens. See when he's going to go down pit road. With burnout rule in effect, it is 6 to go. Just trying to cook up a miracle there in that 48 car. He does have to make one more pit stop. It does, as long as he makes it without taking the checkered flag, he'll be okay. Now, we've seen over and over again coming out of pit road, you just cannot merge back up with those guys. You see the 22 coming out right now. He's going to be about right there. As Lively made another pit stop for some reason, I think. See Jason out there. I'm not sure what happened to him. He's kind of back off the pace maybe a little bit. Not sure. Here's your leader, MJ Ross. Shepherd's still on track running with these boys. He's taking it the distance. Now Shepherd goes down pit road. He is your leader at the moment. Now we look ahead at these two guys. They'll be the ones trying to fight for that 48th position when he comes off pit road. It'll be a clean pit stop for the 48 crew. I think it's just going to be a little splash and go, but it's door to door now for the lead. Condi goes around maybe to the inside. Does they have a slide job in the pocket? No, MJ Bross not able to let him get clear down the front stretch. They'll still be door to door. I don't know. Shepherd's just now getting off pit road. That's not what he needed. Unfortunate for Shepherd. I don't think he's going to get the miracle that was needed here at Homestead. But the battle is up front between these two guys. The burnout rule is in effect. It is door to door here at Homestead. Shepherd will merge back out into 5th position. Neck and neck, Condi and MJ Bross. MJ Bross has the high side. With that burnout rule in effect, it is 2 to go right now. MJ Bross goes back out, takes the lead. They come out of 4 this time and get to that line. It'll be 1 to go, presented by Skew Car for who gets into the championship. Condi and MJ Bross. MJ just looking to secure his spot. Condi's just a man out here driving for his pleasure. It was a must-win situation for the 11 and the 48 and the 17. The 23 just needed none of that to happen. The 4 was basically on cruise control with Tyler locked in. Hollywood might be all right. Out of 4 for the final time. Condi's on the high side. Maybe has a chance towards the line. No, it is over. And MJ Bross wins by the length of his hood here at Homestead. What a finish to close out the round of 8. And we will be on to the championship at Charlotte next week. The 4 of MJ Bross is your winner. He has locked himself in for another appearance in the championship. Unfortunately, none of the winning in guys were able to get it done. What a battle at the end. It came down to the 4 and the 10, and the 4 won by a hood. That 10 got out on the outside, had that fresher asphalt, but just wasn't able to make it happen. Burnout rule in effect for the 4 team as they locked themselves in for sure into that round of 4, and it is a clean sweep for number 4 here at Homestead as he takes the West Higgins ORV Pole Award and both stages along with the win here at Homestead. All right, let's see what our final results were. MJ Bross, Condi, and Alex on the podium. How about it? Unfortunately, not enough for the 11 team, I do believe, but nonetheless, Alex will find the podium and find himself into the booth. So we'll get MJ Bross, Condi, and Alex added in here. Hang out and hang loose. Have post-race interviews coming at you live right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. All right, we got Mike in here, driver of that 4 car. Make your way into the championship 4 again, as that wasn't really in peril or anything, but you for sure, put yourself in there now for a chance to win a championship at Charlotte. Brought out the broom, got the pole, won the stages, got the race by a hood. So, what was the racing like out there? Big shout out to Shepard too. He hung in there with you through the first 2 stages, and then unfortunately just got kind of shuffled into some things. But what was it like battling through those stages, and then winning with that battle as close as it was at the end?
A lot better mood than the last time I think I was up here talking to you. But it was about as good as it could have went for me, I guess. We got the pole there with Hollywood not running. Kind of knew I might have a good shot at winning this race, knowing that he was quick and Tyler not being here as well. So um, just tried to stay out front and hold the lead and clean air and strategy, and there wasn't a whole lot. I mean, it was pretty much 2 pit, 2 pit, 2 pit, straight forward. So just me and the 10 were really quick. The 48 was fast too. He had an issue on pit road, or else I think he might have won the whole thing. Him and the 10 were racing me really clean in the first 2 stages. I think they could have pushed the issue if they wanted to in those stages as well. But yeah, that final run, I knew the 10 was going to be tough to hold off there, and I was so tight up on the top when he was on the inside, and he almost cleared me a couple times, and I appreciate him not running me, dirty and moving me up the track, which he easily could have there, and we were just side by side. I moved down the track. I don't know, maybe I should have stayed up because of how tight I was, but I mean, if he had another, half a straightaway or whatever, he would have passed me. That top was just, the momentum was rolling up there. So hope it looked like a good battle there because it was fun. It was fun down here racing that 10 for sure.
Yeah, I mean, good race for you here at Homestead. It's good momentum going into the championship race. The reporter in me has to ask, you got Tyler locked in there, you got Hollywood locked in there. Tyler wasn't a part of the championship last year, but you felt like maybe he hurt your chances at winning it with Hollywood winning the championship last year. What's your mood sort of looking ahead to Charlotte?
I'm kind of over that whole thing with Tyler. I got a few jabs at him back, probably the last 6 or 8 months after that whole thing happened. So we're cool. But yeah, Charlotte will be fun. We all 3 have really fast cars, and I'm sure Jason has a good car there too. it's going to be a long race. So I think it's really just going to come down to nailing pit road and that kind of thing. So we'll see. Hopefully we get a good show. We had 11 guys here, and a couple guys missed it tonight. So hopefully we can bring that kind of energy next week for the championship race.
Hell yeah, Mike. I like it. Good win tonight, and good luck in the 4 stages of Charlotte next week.
Thanks, Stu.
No problem. Then we'll move on to our second place finisher, losing by the length of a hood. Our man Condi in the 10. Um, we saw some issues for you in stage 1, but you came back out there in stage 2, fought real hard, even led some laps, and then was fighting just as hard in stage 3, and it came down to a battle off turn number 4, and it just wasn't enough at the end. But what was you able to do to turn the race around from the first part of it, and then what was it like battling with Mike, throughout the pit cycle and everything in stage 3? Yeah, definitely one of our closer finishes. It's up there probably in the top 5 or so, I'd say. It was a pretty close finish. Kind of got redemption for maybe the finish we got robbed of a few weeks ago, but all that is what it is. But good race out of you, Condi. I appreciate you, like you said, kind of racing those other playoff drivers how you did. But in the end, you had a shot and you went for it. And man, you put on a good show for us, so I really appreciate it. All right, you got anything else you want to say, Condi? Hell yeah, man. Well, good finish here at Homestead. We'll move over to the 11 car of Alex. Unfortunately, comes in here in that winning in situation. Finds himself in third place to end it all. Shepard, big shout out to him. He had some 2 great stages, and then stage 3, some things just didn't go his way. And you're able to get around him at the end off of the pit cycle and stuff. Man, what was your race like just in general? I know you were probably really focused just at the end on what you could do in stage 3, but just overall, what was your race like? And coming down to the end, what did you feel like your chances were?
Yeah, I mean, I knew as long as you don't go a lap down here with how big the draft is, you're in contention. So stages 1 and 2, I just kind of took it easy, just trying to make sure I don't wreck or anything. So those were okay. I think I finished fourth and fifth in both of those. And then in the final stage, I managed to stay up with the guy in the draft. And the first pit stop, I nailed perfectly, and I managed to stay up there. And so it was me, MJ, Condi, and Corey. But then in that second pit stop, I just didn't quite hit my mark. I think I braked too early, and so we go in, we come out, and they're just a little bit too far out. I'm not in the draft anymore, and draft is king, so I just couldn't get back up there. Um, so yeah, pretty disappointing and ending the season on a whimper. But shout out to Crimson, he helped me out a ton this race. He didn't need to do all that. He honestly should have been here, but I have to shout him out. He helped me, and yeah, disappointing. it's nice to get a podium, I guess, but we just move on and try again next season.
Yeah, I mean, you are known as the man that just somehow finds the podium, and you do it this time, but it's more of a sorrow situation, I guess. But will we see you next week at Charlotte?
Uh, it'll be my 21st birthday, so I will probably not be there.
Oh man, there you go. Well, would have been nice to see you in that championship four. Maybe you'd had a chance for a birthday present, but
Hmm.
still a top three to sort of finish off your season. So that's some good momentum heading into a sort of a different season five that we got coming up with how we're going to format everything. But you got anything else to speak on about your season, Alex, or just anything in general?
Uh, no comment. Just met my expectation. Wanted to make this round, but really wanted to make that championship four. But we'll get one more shot at it next year before the servers go offline.
I hear you, my man. Well, once again, congratulations on top three in a good race and a good season.
Thank you.
No problem. Well, that'll be it. Next week, Thursday, it'll be the championship race. There'll be four guys fighting for money from the first through fourth position. Everybody will get something. But those four guys will be fighting at Charlotte. Winner, best finisher takes first place. Do not have to win to be the champion. But maybe a dual burnout situation for us next week if we have a winner and a non-championship, as a non-championship driver. But nonetheless, tune in next week on Wednesday. It's the Ruthless GT Pro Series. We'll be taking on Blue Moon Speedway. It's a Pocono style track, real fun race. So if you're interested in racing that, you're not in Ruthless GT7, get a hold of me or Monkey if you're in the Ruthless Discord. We'll get you set up. But yeah, that's all I got. Congratulations, MJ Bros on the win. Condi coming in second. Alex getting third. Championship 4 is set. And we'll be off to Charlotte for 4 stages of hell to find out who can take the Ruthless crown. But without further ado, enjoy NASCAR this weekend at Michigan. Rock on, race on, Ruthless Racing.